it out.
Yeah, so i5s you can get for pretty cheap, and that'll get you by for just general browsing and stuff, won't it?
Yeah, because that's what mine is. Mine's an i5, and I've had it
Yeah,
for a couple of years now. So I don't know. I like it. I mean,
yeah,
it'll even play my Steam games. Of course, my Steam library is older than Methuselah, but still, it would.
yeah. I think it's if you're doing like serious video editing, that's when you start going
Tell
looking
me
at
about it.
i7s, isn't it?
Tell
Then,
me about it.
and a bit more.
We sound good.
Okay, we sound good. Okay, well
We do.
let's do this thing.
Alrighty.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all are listening to the Overseas Connection podcast.
Shut up and sit down.
Here we go!
Would you kindly? I think we're just getting started. Medic! I'm a witcher.
I think this is more than you can handle.
He sits on his ass all day.
Let's do this.
Oh my goodness, the big man in the red coat with beard and like you get kids to sit on this big fat man's lap, even though we tell them to stay away from strangers as much as possible, but we actually get the kids to do this and they scream and we have these tiny little elf things that are creeping around our house in the middle of the night, and they're terrified of that too, but they love it as well. We're so irresponsible as adults, but it's a good time anyway. We're very, very close to Christmas time. Welcome to the Overseas Connection. Ho, ho, ho. It's episode 763 for the 17th of December in the year 2023. I am your host this evening, Robin Tate. I am in Ballymena in Northern Ireland. And we have, of course, the beautiful, the fantastic Pete Chin. He's with us here, and he's looking very coney tonight in Finland. He's coming into us straight from Finland. The barge got caught up in a storm, and it got blew to Finland, and that's where he's stuck tonight. And we have Kim tonight as well, and she's looking rather festive tonight with her underwear on her head, which looks quite like a Santa hat, but it's, you can never
penis
tell.
warmer.
And she's
Exactly,
from that t-shirt, looks like she's on the naughty list as well.
I am. I'm on the naughty list. Yep.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We do this every single week. Maybe the only week we have off is Christmas week, but we haven't decided yet what's going to happen there. And it goes out at 9 o'clock in the UK every single week, at 1 p.m. in the West Coast, 4 p.m. in the East Coast, and, of course, the most important, fantastic time in Central Time at 3 o'clock. So it goes out on twitch.tv/OC podcast, and of course youtube.com/OC podcast. And if you're on YouTube right now, smash a like and hit subscribe. That would be absolutely wonderful. We would like that very, very much. I have no idea. Is there birthdays this week? Let's have a quick chat. I'm not being very, very unprofessional here, and I'm going to look up what birthdays there are in the world of us. If I have anybody in here, birthdays, we have Jacqueline Cargill. We don't know her. Oh, we've got one very, very important one. And it was actually yesterday. And it was a certain gentleman called Charlie. Charlie Tate was 18 years old. My
18?
son.
Oh my lord.
18 years old. And that's very weirdy. In fact, he just came out. He's an apprentice electrician. He's in his second year now. And he just came out and he done a homer last week. And the guy paid him with cash and with a crate of beer. And the guy said, here's a crate of beer and you can have it next week when you're 18. So he's just in from a meeting with Judith there, and he came out to get a couple of beers from the wine cellar here, and he smashed his first bottles of beer on the floor just outside this room. Well on you.
Lying on the floor.
Yeah, he splashed all over his suit and all his bits and pieces. So Charlie was 18 years old. I actually can't. It's just mind blowing.
That makes me feel old, because I can remember when he was a, itty bitty thing going,
So we had a sort of a we had a bit of a birthday party for Moldy yesterday, and we had all the three families here, and it was all round, and Judith made one of these big massive balloon arch things with 1 million balloons in it, and we had food all day, and we had the kids like a Christmas party that they were writing their Santa letters, and his girlfriend is over as well, and it was just a lovely day. It was very, very nice, but we were showing. I was from my phone going back on my Facebook videos from years gone by. So showing him on our first time in Florida running around the pool in the nudie, going and people with a fellow called Adrian and Devon, and he was running around the pool in the nude, and Adrian was hosing him down. He was going, Adrian, don't know Adrian. It's just a wee tiny guy. So I was going through all the embarrassing videos of Charlie yesterday. So yeah, my boy is 18 and Joshua is 23, coming 24. That's shocking. But to balance it all out, I've got a 5-year-old as well, and a 14-year-old, and a 15-year-old, and an 8-year-old, and it just keeps on. It just keeps on turning and turning. So happy birthday, Charlie!
Happy birthday to you!
Badoink. All right, here we go.
Hooray, story time! Hooray, story time! I'm so glad to be with you today.
I don't have the chat open, so hopefully you guys have the chat open at the moment. So
I do.
Oh, good. Okay. Pete, it's lovely to have you back on the show. You were back last week. That's lovely. That's good. So life is settling down a little bit for you now. So, where are you at right now? And you said before we started here, your week was kind of busy.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to talk about the boat this week. I've done a few things. I felt like I've been normal this week. I've done a few things, but I ordered Modern Warfare 3. That come in the post the other day. I was a bit skeptical about it because it was 40 quid and it was eBay. Got it in the post, got the code, so I'm glad about that.
Oh,
That's
one of those dodgy ones. Okay.
Well, I won't say it was dodgy, but there we go. It was
Code,
from eBay.
so-
But yeah, I was a bit worried that it just wouldn't turn up and they'd just tell me. But anyway, on Tuesday we had a meetup with all the folk that was there for the last few months of work and some of the volunteers, which was really nice. We just met up at 2:00 in the afternoon. A lot of them were still out at like 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night. I couldn't do it. I went out like a wetter. But it was nice. Everybody got together. It was good just to see everybody for a last time, I suppose. Because
Last hurrah.
It was, huh?
A last hurrah.
The last hurrah, because it was my last week this week. I officially finished on the 14th of December, so I am an unemployed bum. The
show's full of them. Anyway.
I've been to a few things as well this week. I've put salmons in the story because me and Shell often describe ourselves as salmons swimming upstream, because every time we seem to do something always seems to try and push against us, like the tide and a big fat bear trying to grab us or whatever. We just we just always come across problems. And this week, right, we booked some tickets. There's a drone light show, right, at Dunstall Racecourse. So it was a light show based on evolution, and there was a couple of hundred drones.
Oh, it wasn't just
lighting up the skies.
Jim with one drone. No.
No. It was quite. It was quite a show. But the thing was, on the way there, we got caught up in traffic, and then when we got to Wolverhampton, where it was, they'd shut 4 lanes right on this road going north and south. So they shut the whole road due to a traffic accident, and nobody could get onto the park where the place was. So it was just an absolute bedlam, right? And the show started at 7:45, and it said that it started at 7:45 and finished at 10 on the bump, on the email that we got. So we got there, managed to get there at 8:25. So we were late. We were nearly 50 minutes late, and it finished at 8:45. We was there for like 15 minutes.
And did you seen the probably the best bit of it, the crescendo?
Right.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, yeah, we've seen a few things. I mean, it showed a few buildings as well from where we are now in construction, and it showed like the Eiffel Tower, and there were some great things that it shown. But all the stuff from before, like the dinosaurs and all of the mammals and stuff, we just missed the whole lot. So we ended up staying there for 15 minutes, and then it took us nearly 2 hours to get there, and we left in good time. And don't forget, from where I am to Wolverhampton is literally only about 14 miles. It's not far at all. And yeah, it took us ages to get there. And then as soon as the show finished, everybody was just.
It was like one massive night of traffic jams. Right.
And we managed to get in the car, and then we had to wait probably about an hour to get out, and it took us another hour and 15 minutes to get back.
Aww.
So,
and you didn't have a sandwich in the car.
Yeah.
No sandwiches either, Dublin.
No. The next day, we had a concert to go to, and it was Ocean Colour Scene. Don't know whether you've ever heard of the band before.
Yeah.
So we went to see those at the Civic, and that was in Wolverhampton again. And we thought, well, hopefully we won't get caught up in traffic, and we did. There was another accident on the Birmingham New Road, and it completely wiped us out. We was an hour and 15 minutes late. I'm glad I drove, but we managed to catch the main act. The supporting act we missed, but we managed to get there and see some friends. But at least I've done a few things as apart from just going to the boat and just doing stuff on that. So I'm not even going to talk about that. I just felt like we did some normal stuff, even though it was
it's good. I understand that. Yeah, being sort of grounded.
Nice. It was really. Oh, we went to the pub as well yesterday. So instead of going to the boat and spending all day there, we just thought, you know what, sod it. Should we just walk the dogs and go to the pub? And that's what we did. Just had a couple of drinks.
Probably did you the world of good, Pete, too.
Yeah.
Right.
Did, yeah. A couple of drinks and a nice meal, and back home. So back to it tomorrow, and start working away. We got loads to do. So, but I've had quite a nice week.
So that's you. Your last day was when did you say, the 15th?
Thursday, the 14th.
Thursday. Oh wow. Okay.
Thursday the 14th.
All right.
Yeah. So I've just finished now. Tenants are my landlord's playing up already. They've already said that I've got to divert my post, redirect my post to the local collection office, and I've got to pay for it myself, which I've kicked up a stink about. And I
don't think it's that dear, 20 quid or something out there. It was once someone was doing it. Maybe it's more now. I know it's not nice.
It's the principle,
yeah,
especially before Christmas. So yeah.
Oh, tell me about that one. Yeah, it's a shitty time to be going through strange stuff. Let me tell you. Kim, what about yourself?
Yes. Let's see. Calendars have been ordered.
Good. Did you decide on one?
I decided on a couple.
Ooh.
So, of course, the firefighters, they're going to be back. But I also found a cosplay calendar that wasn't all like half naked chicks just for the sake of being naked. So, yeah. So I'm not going to do much of anything yet till the other one arrives, but calendars for next year have been ordered, so that won't all be hot guys.
I think that's going to be the highlight of the beginning of a year.
Right. And speaking of Christmas, I've got everybody else's Christmas ordered, and I've done a little splurging for myself this year, probably more than I should have.
Yeah, what did you get?
If you haven't, noticed on my social medias, I got a Steam Deck.
Good.
So, yeah. I don't know. I was going back and forth between it, the Rogue Ally, and what was it, the Legion?
Yeah.
Legion Go, whatever the other big one is. And I don't know. I was on eBay the other day, and I'd saved several Steam Decks to my wish list, and I don't know. I found one that was going back and forth that was in pretty good shape because the guy had only used it like twice.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't really want to pay full price for it. Maybe I can get a good deal. So anyway, I got to bidding on this thing because my intention was, well, if I didn't win it, I was at least going to break it off into somebody else, and they were going to have to pay dear for it. And it'll come down to it. I put one more bid on it, and the other guy stopped bidding on it, and they're like, "Oh, hey, you won." I'm like, "Oh, well, I guess I have me a Steam Deck."
Because
How much did it cost you?
$371, I think.
Yeah,
and they retail at what? Over 400.
Oh yeah, the price has fallen dramatically.
I got the big one. I got the 512.
But even still, I mean, the price has dropped dramatically in the second-hand market for them. It really has, and I think that is exactly what you've just said there, Kim. It's people that have played them a few times and went, "Oh, this was great, okay," but it doesn't really fit in my life anywhere, and it's tossed to the side. Mine has been liberated by my son, who uses it all the time. Joshua has it, and he travels with it, so. He has that away with them. So that's
Right.
good. So you seen Pete's thing the other
Right.
week, and then you decided to get a real one. Okay, good.
Yeah, but
Oh,
Yeah,
you know what I said last week about that Bluetooth adapter that you plug in and
Yes.
you can click your ear don't fucking
Right.
work.
Ah,
These headphones are only applicable with they only work with compatible, should I say, with the USB adapter. So it works with the Bluetooth headphone, but not this PS5 one. So that YouTube
So
thing
we-
I watch.
Isn't that crazy? So,
So
the
weird.
PS5 headphones doesn't work with their own peripheral device.
right,
For the players.
right.
That's
so anyway,
that's
I got
kind
a
of
Steam Deck. I've been playing on it the last couple of days, and I'm real impressed with it. I like,
Nice.
I like my Razer because I can play my Steam games on my Razer, but I'd have to turn my laptop on because it uses the what's that called, the Steam Link.
Yeah.
So I'm not lazy, but that's not ideal to have to leave my laptop up and running all the time. So, and I got a good deal on it. I can't complain. It came with everything. It took me a while to figure out what the little mesh bag was for. Apparently, that's for your charger cable.
Yeah.
So I got that, the little cloth to wipe the screen off, and then of course Dan is now hooking me up with a bunch of other stuff for it, like the little case for it and all that stuff.
Dan knows
That-
everything about these. He's the resident Steam Deck expert. He helped
Right.
me too. Yeah.
So there's another $100 worth of stuff because by the time you got the case and the skin, and I might get the tempered glass little screen protector deal because
Oh,
you never
that's
know.
Yeah.
So,
never know.
Yeah. I mean, for that kind of investment, I better take care of it. So.
Of course. Yeah.
But yeah, I've had a good time with it the last couple days. I've been playing on my Steam games. It's funny because some of them will say that it won't play it, but then they do.
Most of them do. I mean, yeah, it says there's fully compatible and then it might work games. And
Right.
I mean, if any of us have bought any Humble bundles over the years, we have hundreds and hundreds of games of a library there. So
Right. Yeah.
rock on.
So far so good. I'm pretty tickled with
Nice.
it. I wasn't real sure if I was gonna really like it or not once I got it. And the thing is freaking huge. I mean, y'all laughed at me in the WhatsApp chat, but I mean, it's freaking huge.
Bigger than your
So-
PlayStation.
Right. But it's nice. I mean, I heard a lot of people complaining like it was uncomfortable to play and all that sort of. But I haven't had any issues with it. So anyway, I'm tickled with it. So I got that.
Nice.
And then on my other shopping splurge for myself, U2's, which is it's like Funko with the little pops, but it's not exactly. Anyway, they had some stuff that come out for the video game Stray. They had a little vinyl kitty cat with a little robot dude, and then they had a little plush of the kitty cat with the robot dude. And I spent some hard-earned money on that. So it'll go over on my little collectibles
Good.
bookcase back there because it's Stray, it's cat, and well, it's me. So
Aw.
what the fuck? But anyway, I guess also splurging on myself, I bought foreign chocolate.
Good chocolate, real chocolate.
Where
Yeah,
from?
it actually comes from across the pond, believe it or not.
Cadbury's.
It's from Newcastle,
Okay.
and it's from someone called the Chocolate Smiths.
Who?
They're in
Okay.
Newcastle. They make it, they hand make it, they hand wrap it, all
Okay.
sorts of stuff. And I have
Have you
like-
tried it yet?
And this isn't even half of it. And I mean, look at the size of that thing. That's a
Wow.
candy bar.
It's about the size of your Steam Deck.
Right. So anyway, it costs quite, it costs me about $16 to ship it over here from there. But it's really good stuff. And I don't know, it came up from on my TikTok, and I just decided, Robin's always complaining about Hershey bars, so I thought, I'll give it a shot. And it's really, really good for I don't
real
know, what's it
dairy
like,
milk.
$6-7 a bar, but it's really good stuff.
Yeah.
So
I went.
know,
I
if you-
did go into the story of chocolate and why Hershey's is so popular and why they knew it tasted crap, but
Right.
they kept up with it because it was part of the World War II U.S. soldiers' rations. But to
Right.
make it last long enough, they used this horrible ingredient,
right.
and then they made it during the war, and they started to go back to real dairy, and the GIs complained about it, and they
Huh.
went back to the horrible shitty taste, and that's why
Ah.
American chocolate is shitty.
Oh god.
Well, I have to kind of confess a little bit. The last time I had a Hershey bar, I wasn't impressed. So maybe you're rubbing off on me or something. But
Many times, Kim, I do rub off on you. Absolutely. Well, that's good.
yeah,
That's good.
yeah. And I mean, like I said, I've got like I don't know about 18, 20 bars now that I've been buying off of these people, and I've got another load coming. So
Not me.
I might be onto something
You
here. I don't
can
know.
paste them out, or
But-
you can sell them over there for an extortionate profit. Real England chocolate.
Right.
Real
Right.
England.
So yeah, that's what I've been up to.
Well, that's good. Okay. Well, look, it's been a weird, as you know, a weird time for me. I'm not going to go into a lot of stuff because there's a lot of legal stuff going on right now. It's
Right.
let's just say that it's been taken to the mattresses right now from some stuff that happened last week, and solicitors and different bits and pieces are involved. And I would say by Monday or Tuesday of this week, the management of my ex-company, my name will not be very popular because I'm going to be an absolute wart on their backsides till they
As you should be.
pay
my
me
opinion.
pay me off so properly. But that's by the by. But stuff that comes along with this is because I've had a company car in one shape or another since I've been 19 odd years old. I have owned a few cars, but for short periods of time or second things or Judith's cars. So I'm shopping around for a little car now because I do have job offers on the table. So I've got several job offers on the table that I can pick up. I've got right until the end of January. I said it'll be the end of January before I make up my mind what I'm going to do, guys. I'll come back to you. But I'm in a different place right now, and whether I want to go back into the grind. But I've been shopping around. It'll not be brand new. I'll buy a second-hand car, but I've been looking at some very wonderful things. The latest thing I've been looking at is a 5.5 litre Mercedes-Benz CL 500, a V8 engine.
Little car, you said.
Yeah, and this thing, I don't know if you can hear the noise of this thing. I don't know if the audio is coming through on this. I don't know if you can hear the audio or not. Can you hear that? No, you can't. I believe it is going out to to the folk out there, but this thing sounds like the devil. I don't know. It's yeah.
You're not going to go through a midlife crisis now, are you?
Well, that would be a Porsche, I suppose. But no. Look, I want something that's big enough to have for five seats. But I don't want I don't want to spend too much money straight off. But I'm still going to have a bit of fun with it. So I can't, I can't see me. I'm going to treat myself to something a bit fun. So a bit older, but a bit fun. So last week and the week before, I kind of started my new job, which was daytime streaming as well. So I suppose that was, I wasn't on the show last week, so it started the week before. That's really interesting, and when you're streaming from 9:15 in the morning until 3:00 in the afternoon.
But you're exhausted, aren't you?
The first couple of days I was completely wiped. So my schedule is Tuesdays and Fridays. Yeah. Those times. Tuesday evenings we do a training practice night.
Right.
Thursday evenings we have our championship race or another race. We're in off season right now. And then on Sunday evenings, we do Bongo Roulette, which is like a series of 3 fun races picked at random. And hours-wise, that's a full-time job.
I was going to say, you're pretty much going every day, aren't you? There?
Yeah. And then with all the admin and all the other bits and pieces in the background. But it's been fantastic. We opened up the memberships. The memberships have been taken up. It's fantastic. So I've had lots and lots of people sign up to memberships now. And that's very heartwarming because it means that it's now generating income.
Right.
Not loads. I'm not going to retire on it, but it shows that there's potential there.
You've got memberships. Is that over 500 followers that you can start?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've got 2 layers. There's memberships and there's different features and things and free stuff comes with those.
Oh, wow.
So I think the basic memberships, they'll get a new skin for their car. They'll get some Bongo Racing stickers. And if they're there for 6 months, they'll get a real fancy poster sent to them. For the second level, there's those things. Plus, they'll get a mug, a Bongo Racing mug, which I have behind me here. And then if they're there for 6 months, they'll get a T-shirt or mug. And there's stuff, not just electronic stuff. There's stuff.
Right.
And then they get access to all of the Bongo Racing skins and all the cars. So yeah, that's went down very well. Of course, a lot of the close community have signed up, but people that I don't know have signed up. So I thank you everybody that's done that. And there's people now are tipping, so which is a weird thing. So you're in the middle of a stream and somebody drops 50 krona or $10 or African something or other, and it's class. It's humbling. It's very, very humbling. So subscriptions are starting to go up. I think it's about 580 or something now. So it is accelerating. And we just keep at it. There's lots of big plans. I have a meeting tomorrow night with my admin team about the Warriors series season 2, which will start in early January, and that's big plans for that too. So yeah, lots of stuff there with that. So it's I tell you what, if you've never driven a full blown sim rig, okay, with a big steering wheel with this thing called force feedback, it's hard to steer. So it's a car without. Imagine driving a car without power steering. This is what this is like. And when you're doing that for that 6-hour period, I am going to have my shoulders and my biceps and my legs, because it's a 70 kilogram push on the brake to get it to activate. So, but my shoulders and my biceps, I'm going to be like Arnie in a month or two, because it's tough going. And the way I'm doing the races would be, it's a LFM sprint series through the day. So it's say the first one starts at 9:15. It's a 10-minute or 12-minute qualifying straight into a 25-minute race. There's about a 10-minute break on the hour. So 9:15, there's a race done. You've got about a 10-minute break. 10:15, next one. 10-minute break, next one. So boom, 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 boom. It's just a big vicious wheel.
Wow.
So and the other challenging thing is through the day, in the morning, there's not just as many people on, but the people are on are either really, really crap, or they are the best of the best. The guys, the pro guys that are on, the top guys. And yeah, my rating has dropped dramatically in that time, but I just have to step up my game. So anyway, so that's all that stuff. I'll hear a bit more about that in a little while. I've been watching, finished off Bosch Legacy this week. Really, really good. So Bosch it's like a spin-off series of the Bosch detective series, and it's his daughter is more active role in it, but it's just brilliant. Bosch. That's I love a lot of the Bosch stuff is fantastic. And I watched the first 2 episodes of the new Reacher series 2, season 2.
Is that on Amazon Prime or something like that?
Yeah. Last night, and again, I mean, the acting ain't the best in the Reacher, but it's still good. No. It's good. And he's built like a brick shit house. He's unbelievable.
He is.
It's just, I mean, he takes this at the end of this one. He'd be on Kim's calendar. He put some of those firemen to shame.
I listened to an audio book once of the Reacher, and it was fantastic. Yeah. And so I'd imagine if they follow the legacy of the books, then
loads of them,
good stuff.
Yeah, so so it's very good. So it's that's what I've been up to, I suppose, that way. And it's amazing how your day fills up very, very quickly. You know, we're just still really, really busy. I don't, and with all this stuff, and I managed to fit in a job and this stuff as well, but this stuff has got bigger. So hey, it's a different time. It's a different time.
It begs the question: how are you going to carry on and do that and go back to work if you wanted to do that? It's a tough decision, isn't it? Especially
it's not at this moment in time, Pete. It's not a tough decision. The decision at this moment in time where me is I'm going with my heart, and that means I'm not going back into the grind of a full-time job again.
Yeah.
So the offers are
good on you.
The offers are there, but I think I'm going to, at this moment in time now, please, if I completely change tack by the end of January, when there isn't a few extra £1,000 coming in every month, if I completely change tack by the end of January and go, oh, frig, Judith, got to do this. But we have done the math, we've done the sums, and it's still comfortable. And if I can bring in some income with this and let this grow over time, that'll be lovely. And it's lovely spending a bit of time home with Judith as well. Get the kids to school. On the Tuesdays and Fridays, it's quick. But even on like a Monday, I'm actually going to tomorrow morning. I've got a meeting with a company that want to talk to me, so I'm going to have a cup of coffee with them in the morning. Another one. But it's nice to be around.
Either way, we'll all be here to support you, Robin.
Yeah. And you too, Pete. You too. So yeah, spot on.
Skippy.
Different. Okay, let's move on.
Shall we play a game?
I want to play a game.
You are one pathetic loser.
Right, well, I'm going to get my bit out of the way. I was doing doing racing stuff today. So LFM through the day, Bongo Racing in the evenings, getting ready for the new Warriors Championship. The big servers all went down, actually. On my first 2 stream days, they went down for hours. And then there was one night there. So, yeah. And the new Warriors Championship the championship season's all wound up. We have our winners. I won the silver class. Dan Mathias won the overall class, the gold class. And he wins t-shirts and mugs and all bits and pieces. I won the silver class. I win a Ferrari. Because I won the silver class. It's never to be repeated. And then Dara Walsh, he won the bronze class. And yeah, it was really, really good. So it was great. And then after this tonight, I am on to play Bongo Roulette with the guys. So we spin the wheel of misfortune, and one side chooses the track and the other side chooses the conditions. We only have 5 minutes to qualify, and it's all 15-minute race, all very quick and exciting and fun. Bit of laugh and good and a bit of a giggle. Oh, but that's what I've been doing. What about you guys?
Kim, you may as well just go for it because I haven't played a game, to be honest with you.
Okay. Well, as earlier I said, I've got a Steam Deck, so that's pretty much all I've been doing for the last couple of days. Cause I didn't play much during the week because of different things, time, whatever. So I played some Space Marines, I played some Thomas Was Alone, and I played The Wolf Among Us. Even though I've played through that
Thomas
game
Was Alone.
probably
Brilliant.
dozens of friggin' times.
I've
But
never played that game. I want to play that.
oh my God, Pete,
I
you
think I
should
played
play
it
it
twice. I
because
think I've done
I
it
do want
twice.
to play it.
it's awesome and I love it. And I hope there's still 2 coming because I really, really love this game. Obviously, because like I said, I've played it at least a dozen times, if not more, and I'm playing it again on the Steam Deck. So that should tell you how much I like the game. So that's pretty much all I've been doing this week is I've just been playing with my Steam Deck. Like most people.
You're trying out all the different bits and pieces there. Very, very good.
Yeah.
Oh, do you
So
know what I
that's
did
it.
though? With the the free PlayStation games, I did download Power Wash Simulator. I
Oh,
don't know what
lost
it is
Pete.
about that game, right? But it just makes me need to play that game because of just the satisfaction of cleaning something off with the jet wash.
Well, if you want to do that, come to my house. I got a pressure washer. You can clean stuff here. I mean,
For
you know.
reals, for reals. Far
Right?
more rewarding.
Eh.
Yeah, so, okay, good. Okay, well, let's get straight in. This is
Yeah.
going to be a short show tonight because there's very, very little news, and it is the day before Christmas, almost, so we'll see how we go. But news.
Alrighty.
Oh, new releases, damn
Here
it.
is the fucking news.
Yeah.
What new releases do you have, Kim?
I just have 2.
What do you have?
I have Terra Nil for the Switch on December 18th and Loot River for the PlayStation 4 and 5 on December 19th.
There you go.
So there you go.
That's what we have.
That's all.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
on the gaming front, as far as news is concerned, I
Right.
happened to flick through my phone the other day. I was on Netflix and I seen in the gaming section, and you can do it along with it right now. And you might be interested in this, Pete, if you're a Netflixy person. But when you go into Netflix and they have the gaming section now,
Mm-hmm.
you have Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and you have Vice City, and GTA 3, all available through Netflix
Wow.
on your mobile.
That's good, isn't it?
Especially if
I
you're
have to try that.
and the Netflix gaming on your mobiles. I mean, they do have some great games there, and they're not full of the adverts like other ones. I mean, it's the way that crappy the adverts pop up every few seconds. They are the full thing. So on Netflix, so they're if you're a Netflix subscriber, and you have it on your mobile phone, you have those games now.
I cancelled mine. I'm on a mission to save money with little bits of subscriptions. and
Yeah, absolutely right.
Blah blah blah. So, man,
So everything from the original Cut the Ropes, if you remember, they were the games that didn't have adverts in them, and then they started to have loads of adverts. Your 12 minutes game, didn't you play 12 minutes?
yeah,
It's
yeah,
on. That would
brilliant
play
game,
very well on mobile as well. And there's loads and loads of other stuff. We were Lagoo,
fantastic.
Stranger Things, 19
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oxenfree
Yeah.
is on it
Yeah.
as well.
Oh, you got a good list there.
So that's all your Netflix game. There's tons and tons and tons. So that's
Availability of games now on different platforms.
yeah,
Oh, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
everywhere.
Fast, isn't it?
Everywhere. Okay. Sad news.
Yeah.
Sad news. Let's not, as the case may be. Just a second. Don't need to talk about it. I can. I will. Just a wee second. Thought I had that sorted. There. E3 is no more. After 20 years, it's gone. And unfortunately, I never got a chance to go to it. I know Greg had been to it before, but E3 is no more. Sad face. E3, if you don't know, it was a fantastic gaming thing, like EGX in the UK, but it was even bigger than that. And it was the place where Toys R Us and people like that went to buy their games. And then as the years went on, it turned into more of an event of launching new games and launching new stuff. And it was like Christmas for us. I remember rushing home so we could all watch it together and comment on E3, because we would go, what's the big new thing? What's the big thing? What's going to happen? And wow. And COVID, I think, killed it. The internet has killed it.
Yeah. I mean, was it last year that PlayStation didn't take part in it? And I think there was only that people dropped out of it, and there was organisations that just
so there was a few years where some of like even Microsoft, they done it. They weren't in the main hall. They had their own theater, and it looked like it was E3. It was at the time of E3, but it wasn't in the main hall. And the main hall had turned into like EGX. So games that were already out, and guys like us going around Fan Fest, which I still think there's a massive place for. I mean, it's always a fun social event as well.
Right.
But how much money do the companies actually make from it? The merch companies make plenty of money, and the hall makes plenty of money, because the cost of the stands were just getting ridiculous. So as a marketing exercise, the internet, doing live streams, stick a green screen and a sofa up and show lots of stuff, well, that's the end of it. So if you ever wanted to go to E3, and we had talked about it at some stage or another, to all meet up over there, and that's not going to happen. I'm very, very sorry about that. End of an era. End of an ear hole. Did you ever go, Kim?
No, I never went. Yeah.
Oh, well. I wonder, when was EGX big this year? Pete, did you hear?
I honestly don't know. And I don't
know.
I'm assuming it was back down in London still.
Yeah, I mean, I think we really did blow it on a high note. Before COVID came, that last one that we were all at was, and you had the Canadians over and Americans over, and a lot of folk there, and we had that house, the Big Brother house, and we had that fantastic meal in Canary Wharf.
It was unforgettable, that get together.
That was great. That was superb. So we did it right there, I suppose. So that's that. Other sad news, which is unbelievable actually, is that I've got Fortnite news for you.
No boy.
And they're just gonna kill dead things with this. So they have partnered with Lego, and there's a whole new Lego Fortnite type thing with all your Lego, of course, building Lego in Fortnite, building those structures with Lego characters. You can just see people sucking this up like mad. And and the trailers have come out. This is out to play, even though this is aimed at, I think Fortnite is a 12-year-old or 14-year-old recommended plus.
Yeah, it's teenagers, isn't it? I think.
Yeah. But Lego Fortnite, if you have a look on the screen here, I mean, if it plays like this and it looks like this, it's going to be friggin' massive.
Yeah.
So
I can already hear Tony.
Yeah, they want it. So Lego Fortnite, if you're into your Fortnite, jump on this right now, because this is going to be massive. Massive.
I haven't got the hand-eye coordination to keep up with that. And introducing Lego to it as well has just added a different dimension, hasn't it? I mean, even just the 4-wall build, when you just in combat. It's a tough game, man. Fortnite is.
Yeah, I can't build and shoot things at the same time. It just doesn't happen.
I mean, it looks like it's it's a Lego game, which are some of the brilliant, some of the great little single player Lego games that are out there. I mean, those Star Wars ones were fantastic, the Indiana Jones ones. So if they get that recipe right with the Fortnite spin on it, it actually sounds fun.
It's genius, isn't it?
Fun. So anyway, that's it. If you're a Lego Fortnite person, all your dreams have just came through. Oh dear, how can you not get excited about Lego? The adventure is building. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so there you go. That's that. I mean, new releases. There are new releases coming.
We've already done that.
Did we already do that? We did do that. That was it.
Yeah, I did that before this. Yeah.
And there's no one that we aren't talking about freebies because that's already done.
Super efficient tonight.
Flip me, we are going to be. And Mark's coming back to the show.
Yay!
Now he is dipping his toe round the rim at the moment, if that's the correct term. But he is supposed to be coming back to the show, and hopefully next week. There is plans if his PC, or he's ordered a new PC. Seemingly that's a problem. I mean, not that you can have a mobile phone and use Skype on a mobile phone and connect.
Right.
That's not possible. Obviously, he must be using a Nokia 3210 or something like that. There, but every excuse in the book. So hopefully he'll be back on the show. It'd be lovely to hear Mark's voice back in the show, and we are trying to encourage Phil to get back here as well. So that'll be lovely.
He's been playing some games, Mark. I got so far in God of War, and he was like, "Oh, Pete, good to hear that you're back on the show. You're playing God of War. I've started playing it. I'm catching up now." And then all of a sudden, he was at the same part where I was, and then straight after that, he's completed it.
He's
I'm like, "What? Come on!"
He's unbelievable.
He's relentless.
He's
when
a
it comes to
machine.
games.
Yeah,
man. I So I told him in the end. I was like, "Mark, please do not spoil anything. Just stop." Because we got so far talking, and it's a fantastic game, but he got too far ahead. So I need to catch up. I'll try and play some this week.
But even multiplayer games, he runs ahead. He is the guy that's way ahead, waiting for us. We're going, oh, look at that over there. Look at that. He's going, hurry up, come on, hurry up.
That'd be good to have him back on Phil as well if he can get on.
So Christmas Day is on Monday.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we'll maybe try and get a show organised maybe earlier on Sunday or something like that. There, it would be nice just to have a drink or two, wouldn't it? So we get it.
With that, because like I said, our Christmas will be Saturday, so I'll be free.
Yeah. So we get it out of the way earlier, because I know Christmas Eve is busy time for us with 6 billion kids. But if we could maybe try to get something organised earlier, or even on Saturday or something, we'll organise something. We'll talk about that. Greg is in the throes of moving his display cabinets at this moment in time to try and do it in one piece. I see he's exchanged keys. His new place looks fabulous.
It does.
It really does. I still am unbelievably surprised how quickly you guys can sell and buy and move into houses. It's just nutty.
Yeah. Just months, isn't it, for us?
Yeah. It's probably a 6-month process by the time you start it all, and that's 8 weeks with him. From let's buy a house, okay. Bought a house, okay. Let's sell a house, okay. Sold a house, okay.
We're in.
Let's move in. Let's buy a golf cart. So he's in the middle of that this weekend. He's in box heaven right now, moving stuff around. Wish them all the very best and all the luck with that as well. So, so this week, I know this week is crazy, even for my guys. People start to disappear. There's Christmas parties and family visits, and all that sort of stuff that goes on. So I hope everybody has a fantastic time this week. Kids all finish later. Probably my kids, I think, all finish on Friday. And then they're off for a couple of weeks. Every day is a Friday to me at the moment, so it doesn't really matter. Every day is a Friday. I'm looking forward to having a few little drinks and some nice Christmas time. What did I do with the elves last night? I I put them in a zip bag of water and froze the ass off one in the freezer overnight. And then the other ones sat on around a little dish and laughed at it this morning. So they disappear through the day. When the kids aren't looking, they just poof, disappear. And it must have been an accident coming back from the North Pole. Every day is trying to get an elf day. You know.
Oh, I'm so glad I don't have to do that. My elf is currently Velcroed to the cage on my Christmas tree, so it looks like he's in prison. So that's the story we're going with. So.
Oh, well, I think one of them started COVID the other day as well, so it's recovered. But when we talk about play dates, if the guys are on a Wednesday, they're on. So if we're on and we see you, we'll reach out. I don't know. This week's a bit funny that way, so and hopefully we'll get lots of gaming in one way or another. I know for me, my schedule this week is streaming Tuesday. Thursday, I've got an invitation to a race at 8 o'clock on Thursday evening. And then I've got a race with my own community at 9:15. So yeah, I'm trying to fit in an awful lot this week. So I'll be about as well. So yeah, let's tidy it up. That's about an hour, and it's the week before Christmas, and we hope everybody is getting ready and they're not going through any crap. Right. We want to shout out our good friend of the show, Boomer. Kim?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Boomer's dad sadly passed away Friday, so I talked to him, Friday after I saw the deal, and he's doing okay. I haven't talked to him yet this weekend, but we're here for you, buddy. You know that. You're my brother from another mother. So anything you need, just holler.
Steam Deck you need?
Yeah, right. Yep. If you need my Steam Deck, you know.
All right. Okay. Well, I want to shout out Mark and Greg. Good luck with the change. Mark, really looking forward to hearing you back on the show. And Kim, you've chatted. I don't know if there's anybody else. Yep. Pete, does anybody want to say? Sorry, Kim, anybody else?
Yep. Lord. I'm going to shout out Lord.
Oh, yeah. Lord. Yeah, multitasking, Lord.
So thanks, Lord, for showing up.
I expect to see you on the stream in an hour's time, Lord.
Right. So that's it. Have a good week, everybody.
Pete?
Over to Pete.
Oh, I'm going to shout out the folk at work. We had a good gathering, like I said, but I had a really lovely present at the end of the night. And, I say the end of the night. It was about 8 o'clock, I think, for me. I just had too much. And I got this nice pocket watch, and it was engraved from, there's the guy who I share PlayStation account with, Ryan. Him and his mom used to work at our place as well, and they got me a lovely pocket watch, and it got engraved and stuff, and it filled me up, and I got all emotional when I read the card and stuff as well, because it was his first job, and like all the stuff that he wrote out, about just being there for him and supporting him and teaching him. It cut me up. It doesn't take much to get me upset. I'm an emotional guy, but yeah, it was really nice. So thanks to them.
Aww.
And
lovely.
Also, my boss as well. She come round. On my final day, she brought my P45, but she brought me a bottle of Bumbu, which I've never tried before, and I had a single.
This is the first.
I don't go mad on it because it's quite strong, isn't it? Bumbu rum, but I had a shot of it with some ice. I've never done that before. I drank it like neat.
That's why I have it.
For 10 minutes.
Rich, isn't it?
It's really,
isn't it beautiful?
Huh?
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it was really nice.
It's like syrup.
Yeah, so shout out to Sandra as well. She, like I say, she come round and brought me a bottle of Bumbu, and just the stuff that she wrote on her card. It was quite a big card, and she wrote tons of stuff, and it was just really heartfelt, and it was great.
Well, you give your heart to the place, Pete. I mean, I know what you're going through there. That way,
Pete.
I have that feeling too. Yeah, give your heart.
Yeah.
It's funny. I caught myself this morning going, I'm okay, I'm fine, and then there's part of me went, I'm gonna miss. Italy, I am in you, and
right.
All the trips that I did, or the big ice cream show in Italy and Bologna. They're gonna miss some of the travel. I'm gonna miss and that bit. I recognize. I'm gonna miss some of that thrill of the interaction with some of the folk. But we'll be okay, Pete. We'll move on. We have things in our lives, and it'll be fine. So, and that's lovely that you got that. Funny, it was my company Christmas do yesterday. I don't think anybody. There's only I think there's about 4 people showed up.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine? Yeah.
Serves right.
Yeah, anyway, okay, so look, it's Christmas week. Have a great old week. We'll catch us up. We will have some sort of show rattled together for next week, and then we're into 2024. My goodness. We'll maybe just come onto the show and have a few bevies together and have a bit of crack and reminisce on times that have went by. So thank you.
Isn't that every week?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, I know.
Much.
Thanks very much for listening, everybody. We will catch you next time. Be safe, be good. Don't spend too much of Christmas unless it's on us.
Too late.
And we'll catch you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Overseas Connection podcast. See you same time next week.